Today, we are going to discuss the 7th class Geography NCERT Chapter 1 Environment. First of all, we have to know what are the components of environment. Look at this diagram. So there are three components of environment. The first one is natural, second one is human made, and third one is human. The natural environments or the components of natural environment contains air, that is atmosphere, water, that is hydrosphere, land, lithosphere, and living things, that contains biosphere. So the first one is natural components of environment, that contains air, water, land, and living things. Now, second one is human made. It contains buildings, parks, bridges, road, monuments, industries, etc. So that is made up by human. And last one is human. It consists individual, family, community, religion, so etc. etc. So there are three components of environment. First one is natural, second one is human made, and final one is human. Now, did you heard about biotic and abiotic? What is biotic? The world of living organism, that is called biotic. Okay, for example, plants, animals, so they are living organisms, so that's called biotic, the world of living organism. Next one is abiotic. Abiotic means non-living. Okay, for example, sand, rock, land, okay, they are non-living, so they are abiotic. Now moving forward, natural environment. Land, water, air, plants, and animals comprise the natural environment. So land, water, air, plants, and animals comprise the natural environment. You are familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. We know the land is called land and other things are called lithosphere. The water body is called hydrosphere and air is called atmosphere. And also the living things consist of biosphere. So we already discussed this in the previous class. Okay, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Now, what is lithosphere? Lithosphere is the solid crust or the top hard layer, okay, of Earth. What is lithosphere? It's the solid crust or the hard top layer of Earth. It is made up of mainly rocks, minerals, and covered by a thin layer of soil. Okay, so the lithosphere consists of or it contains rocks and minerals. Okay, and also they are covered by a thin layer of soil. Now, it is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. So the lithosphere contains irregular surface like mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. Landforms are found over the continents and also on the ocean floor. Okay, so landforms can be seen in the continents as well as in the ocean floor. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlements. So these all are in the lithosphere. So and also it's a source of mineral wealth. Okay, so that's all about lithosphere. What are the first point? The lithosphere is a solid crust or the hard top layer of the Earth, and it is made up of rocks, minerals, and covered by a thin layer of soil. And what is its specialty? It's irregular and various landforms contain such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys. Now, they can be also seen in oceans as well as continents. Okay. Then they also provide us forests, grassland for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlements. And also it's a source of mineral wealth. Now, hydrosphere. The domain of water is referred as to hydrosphere. So, lithosphere is the land portion and hydrosphere is the water body. The domain of water that referred as the hydrosphere. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. Okay, so what is hydrosphere? It's the domain of water and it comprises of various sources of water like river, lakes, ocean, seas, etc. It is essential for all living organisms. We know water is an essential thing for all living organisms. The atmosphere is okay, so that's about the hydrosphere. Now, atmosphere. The atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds Earth. Okay, first one is lithosphere, second one is hydrosphere, and third one is atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the thin layer of air. Okay, thin layer of air that surrounds the Earth. Okay, now the gravitational force of the Earth hold the atmosphere around it. So the atmosphere is held by the gravitational force. It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. So the atmosphere protects us from the harmful and scorching heat, harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. It consists of a number of gases, dust and water vapor. So the atmosphere consists of gases, dust, water vapor, etc. The changes in the atmosphere produces changes in the weather and climate. Okay, so we know what is weather and what is climate. Okay, in our 6th class NCERT geography last chapter is about the weather and climate. So we already discussed that. The changes in the atmosphere produces changes in the weather and climate. Okay, look at this picture. Look, this one is water domain and it's called a hydrosphere, and this is land, lithosphere, and this is air, atmosphere. Okay, now plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere or the living world. Okay, so the plant kingdom and animal kingdom, they together make biosphere or living world. Okay, biosphere or living world. Look at this picture and this circled portion. Okay, this is biosphere. Okay, it contains atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. So the biosphere contains atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. Okay, the plant and animal kingdom together make the biosphere. So the plant and animals in the lithosphere and in the atmosphere and in the hydrosphere, they consist of or they comprise to form biosphere. Okay. Now, what is ecosystem? Look at this definition in the side box. It is a system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, all linked by transfer of energy and material. Okay, so they are all linked by transfer of energy and material. Okay, they are interconnected. So what is ecosystem? It's a system formed by the interaction of all living organisms. Okay, it's a system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, and they all are linked by transfer of energy and material. So look at this. All plants, animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Okay, so all plants, animals and human beings are depend on their immediate surroundings. Often they are also interdependent each other. Okay, so humans depend animals, animal depends plants, human depends plants, so they all are also interdependent. Now, this relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organisms and their surroundings form an ecosystem. So this is a definition for the ecosystem. What? The relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organisms and their surroundings. This forms an ecosystem. Okay. There could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, ocean, and even a small pond. Okay, so the ecosystem could be a rainforest, a large rainforest, and even a small pond. Okay, so both are ecosystem. If it is a large rainforest, or if it is a small pond, both are an ecosystem. Okay, now human environment. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it accordingly to their need. Okay, we all know, but humans are interacting with the environment and they are modifying it according to their need. Okay, humans modifying the environment with or environment for their needs. Early humans adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. They led a simple life. Okay, the early humans led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around them. With time, needs grew and became more varied. Humans learned new ways to use and change environment. They learned to grow crops, domesticate animals, and lead a settled life. The wheel was invented, surplus food was produced, barter system emerged, trade started, and commerce developed. Industrial revolution enabled large scale production. So this is the changes in our human life. Okay, the first one was the wheel was invented, then slowly food was produced, surplus food was produced, then the barter system emerged, trade started, and finally industrial revolution happened and it enabled large scale production. And also transportation became faster. Information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. Okay, so there are many changes are still happening in our environment or in our society. Okay, now look at this glossary. What is barter system? It is a trade in which goods are exchanged without the use of money. So the goods are exchanged without the use of money. Okay, the money is not used for the exchange of goods. So this system, that is called barter system. So that's all about the chapter. If you have any doubts about this chapter, you can comment below. For more videos, do like, share, subscribe.